Yahweh, Kilaj in Karawujuluk, in N 2018, Edge Kanan Karawue Nanek, Bamle Koro Jerem, M Mutan M Rodam, Jij Ilo Jukujuk in Bero In, Kem Edge Manono Ilo Ami Kawa Tuk, Ibemjel Ilo, Jotanin Elab and Amuk.
Good evening. The graduating class of 2018 would like to welcome the families, friends, and community members with us tonight. We are glad you could join us for this special evening. Como tara and thank you.
Cheers and hollers dance in the air. We are finally deemed ready. 17 plus years in the making. Although we still don't know taxes or house repairs, we stand here ready to walk across this stage, to move across the world. Finally, after a long 13 years, 2,340 days, 16,380 hours, many tears and lots of support, we stand here on this stage, on the edge of the rest of our lives. We are ready.
These are not the best days of our life. We have not peaked. We have not reached the denouement of the story of our lives. We still have so far to go and to learn.
These were the words with which we intended to begin our valedictorian speech. Ultimately, they didn't fit our theme, but they still sounded cool, so we kept them.
Speeches are hard to write. Leela and I found that out the hard way while trying to write this one 2 days before its deadline. It's not like it's our fault, though. I may have a proclivity for procrastination, but I guarantee that this time it was my advisor's error. On our senior picnic day, Leela and I were informed that we would have the option to give separate speeches or one combined address for the valedictorian speech. It was supposed to be an enjoyable day of tomfoolery. It was suddenly soured by the expectations of homework. Even at the beginning of summer, school still finds a way to ruin everything. And since Leah and I had been outside of school for all of 24 hours, we had a little difficulty turning our brains back on and coming up with something to say.
We had ideas of family, and we wanted to unify our class through mentions of Ohana, but we sadly failed to gain the inspiration and traction necessary to fully support those ideas in a speech. We next attempted to create a burst of motivation in our classmates by encouraging them to spread kindness as they make their way into the world. However, that seemed too cliche, and we soon ran out of ideas. Our next revelation was to speak of creativity and inspire our peers to think outside the box, take risks, and live life to the fullest, but that too fell short. So we sat there, our brains blank, with absolutely no ideas.
And so we decided to turn our dilemma into our inspiration. Leela and I had no idea what to do. Outside of school, we have relatively little experience with the world, and our struggle to come up with just 5 minutes worth of material to talk about highlighted the helplessness we all will feel when we enter this new chapter in our lives. Leaving a cloistered and sheltered island to live on our own for the first time is a huge leap, one that most of us feel unprepared for and probably are. But we would all be naive to think that we are alone in our insecurities and confusion. All around the world, high school seniors are graduating and leaving their homes for the first time. Although it is intimidating to experience so much change in so little time, we must not let that fear consume us. We are surrounded by others who are in the same situation and can find comfort in this shared struggle.
Mary Shelley once said, "Nothing is so painful to the human mind as a great and sudden change." People often resist change, finding comfort in familiar places, faces, and routines. They seldom venture into the unknown, afraid of what they might find. However, we are all being thrust into the world, given no choice but to deal with this change as best as we can. And it will hurt. Tears will be shed, friends will be lost, hearts will be broken. But good will come of it. We will learn about ourselves and the world around us, and we will grow into the people we were meant to be. So now you must decide for yourself. Will you let this change define you, or will you define it?
Thank you.
Ikikani anapahu oso de tambu. Ike kanila ikawan kariko aha alelelako ike kani wa olomalu na o kapagipika inava akaulua olako ike kani anapa mai kaliki mai ana mokupuni o Hawaii Meka o mai kari ana akua Kopo momo ana ika ala o na hopu No kato ika wa mamua Ike kani anapa
Tillery, DynCorp International's Vice President for LogCap Operations. DynCorp International is proud to support the graduating 2018 Kwajalein High School seniors with our first DI Star Scholarship Award. DI Star is an employee-driven set of principles created over the years by our award-winning employees. It serves as our foundational set of shared values and guides our daily activities. Each of the 5 points of DI Star represent our leadership goals: create the future, lead with character, build through teamwork, inspire commitment, and deliver results. This year, applicants were asked to submit an essay describing examples of personal experiences, either practiced or observed, that represents one or all of DI's leadership tenets displayed in the STAR, and then asked how that experience will impact the future. We received some excellent essays this year, but there was one that stood out. Riley Tagan. Riley described a project he proposed for the Kwajalein High School National Honor Society that deemed to improve dental health education among the youth living on Ibai Island. Through this project, supplies were collected, training materials were created, and presentations were given at 2 schools that instill good dental hygiene habits and will improve future health. Riley's project embodied DI's leadership tenets of leading with character, creating the future, and building through teamwork. Besides being an outstanding student, the treasurer of the National Honor Society, and a part-time community activities Easter bunny, Riley is our movie projectionist. He is headed to the University Honors College at Montana State to study industrial and management systems engineering this fall. Go Bobcats. Join me in congratulating Riley Tagan.
Good evening, parents, family, and friends. Congratulations, class of 2018. My name is Panya Alfred. I represent the Student Government Association, and I am here tonight to recognize students who have contributed to Kwajalein High School through their efforts as school officers, committee chairpersons, and their overall active participation in student activities around campus. We are very proud tonight to recognize 3 students who have demonstrated outstanding service to Kwajalein High School. At this time, I would like to recognize Allison Hometh, Megan Sock, and Abigail Bishop. Now for the Tine Dibdib Award. Tine Dibdib is a Marshallese Women's Club here on Kwajalein, and they would like to give an award to all of those who are Marshallese and also to those who have helped the Marshallese communities both here on Kwajalein and on Ibai. On behalf of Tine Dibdib, I would like to take this opportunity to invite Augustin Lillette, Ramel Alfred, Janelyn Ramers, Romelyn Micah, and Sasko Brady. Please come up and receive Jaraman class of 2018, you did it.
Greenfield. I'm representing the KRS Quality of Life. And I got to do this last year with the seniors, and it was so much fun, and I was thrilled that I was asked to do it again this year. The KRS scholarship money comes from the KRS partner companies, Bechtel and Leidos. And since 2003, they have generously donated over $5 million of funds that we use to supply things for the schools, the churches, private organizations, the chairs and the tables and the bike racks and all the things that make our life on the beach more comfortable, and scooters and the great bands we brought out here. So I'm kind of sad that's coming to an end. It's probably the best assignment I've ever had, is giving money away. I loved it. Not my own money. And I got the numbers, and since 2004, QOL has contributed nearly $500,000 in scholarships to seniors. And I'm really sad that this is our last year to be able to do that. Sad for me, but it's sad for the juniors and the sophomores at Professional High School. So each one of the seniors is going to receive a scholarship for $1,000 that they can use to help them with expenses with whatever they choose to do beyond graduation. So and I'll tell you later what they're going to, maybe somebody are going to do with them. They didn't have to send a formal application or write an essay. I gave them about 6 questions to answer for me, and I'm going to share some of that information with you. And I'm not using names to protect the innocent or the guilty. Of the 19 graduates we have up here, they represent a combined total of 163 years on Kwajalein and Ebi, which just amazed me. They're too young to have that many years, but many of them all their lives. I asked them what the 3 best things were about school on Kwajalein, and number 1 answer, and it's the same as last year, was the small class size. And they were able to get a lot of one-on-one attention with the teachers. They got to know them, and they got a lot of encouragement to continue their education beyond high school. Second thing was making the lifelong friendships, and how they were able to meet people that had lived all over the world and learn about different cultures. It makes me jealous. I didn't get that in my school. Third was proximity, because we're so close to the school. They liked that they could sleep in a little later than they were used to, because it didn't take them long to get to school. Sometimes they could take a nap when they went home for lunch and hope that they would get up in time and not be late for school. But if they were, since they rode their bikes, they could maybe put some grease on their hands and claim that they have a problem with their chain on their bike. That was a real answer. I did not make that up. And lastly was the community atmosphere. They really liked the traditions of the high school, decorating the lockers, the painting on the road, participating in the turkey bowl, and there was a lot of other things. But it just makes me feel so good that they've had such a good experience here. I asked them what are they going to do with the money after graduation. Most of them are going to continue their education, and they're going to schools across the globe, from Taiwan, California, all over the place. One young man is going in the Naval Academy, another hopes to get in the Coast Guard Academy, and one will be going off to the Marines and the other to the Army. And one guy just wants to be able to lift 315 pounds. I think I've heard he's going to continue education, but that's not the answer he gave me. And all of them have participated in community service, every single one of them, and across the board, with the youth, with the schools, with private organizations. I know at the Yacht Club, we had them steward for us, and that was a lot of fun. So, last thing I want to let you know is, since you're going to be hearing their names over and over again tonight, I call them up by their nicknames. And I did this last year, and it was really a lot of fun. So, number 1 here Atty. Oh no, he's last. Mayline? Mayline? Smiley Riley. Sasa. She didn't give me a nickname, but her dad did. How about Nutmeg? Moach? Okay. Mock? Do I have that right? M-A-K? Yep. Dash. AK. Gus Gus. Well, this says ninja, but I look at this person and I think we should call him the cotton candy hair guy. Okay, Fireboy. He didn't give me that one either. I got that from someone else. Cam Jam. Is there someone here named Muppet? RJ. Frenchie. I kept having to be careful with it. Little Bish. Henny. And Marathon Man, Don Reed, Big D. And Community Bank has agreed to cash your checks for you again this year. They have your names, and they'll see that the check is from QOL. So by the end of June, if you can do that, like tomorrow. And on behalf of the KRS management team, congratulations to all of you, and we wish you the best in your future endeavors.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Thomas Green.
And I'm Kaylee Rochak.
We are here to present the 2018 Kwajalein Sports Association scholarships.
And the recipients are Abigail Bishop, Allison Holmuth, and Augustin Millette. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kim Warner. I am here today as president of the board of the Island Memorial Chapel, and I am honored to be able to award the 2018 Island Memorial Chapel scholarships to 2 recipients tonight. We had a total of 7 applicants, and as you all already know, and probably better than me, all of these kids are deserving of any award we can give them. So we had a difficult time. It was really, deliberations went on for hours on this. So it was decided in the end that we would award each of the applicants a small gift, as well as the 2 recipients of the scholarship this year. So as I call your names, please come and we're giving them as kind of an affirmation of their faith journey, a copy of My Utmost for His Highest by Oswald Chambers. So the first applicant was Aiden Alejandro. RJ Gomez. Allison Holmuth. Cameron Jones. Truman Kohler. Augustin Gus Lillette. And Megan Sock. And now, this year's recipients, they will both receive $1,000 from the Island Memorial Chapel Scholarship Fund. The first is Aiden Alejandro. The second recipient is RJ Gomez. We wish the graduating class of 2018 all the best. Be blessed. You'll be in our thoughts and prayers. Go out and do great things. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Father Vic, representing the Catholic congregation at the Memorial Chapel. And we have 2 scholarships. Both of the recipients I've known since I came in 2011. But even better, they've known the person after whom our scholarship is named. It's the Lee Alost Memorial Scholarship. Lee was out here for over 40 years. And not only did she raise her own 6 children out here, but she managed to be a surrogate mother for many more. And so the 2 scholarship winners that we have knew her probably their whole lives, I imagine, since they're not all that old. And the scholarship that was named, and Lee died in December of 2013, and so after that we named the parish scholarship in her honor. She was a very faithful person. She loved sharing her faith, and so the scholarship is based on both the faith life and of the recipients, and also on their involvement in the parish. Since I came in 2011, both of these winners have been very much steadily involved in the parish, and so we're very honored and pleased to be able to award 2 scholarships this year. In alphabetical order, first one, Abigail Bishop. And the other one, Gus Willett.
My name is Jackie Phelan, and I am happy to present 3 scholarships this evening on behalf of the Kwajalein Art Guild. The Kwajalein Art Guild provides encouragement, education, and an appreciation for visual arts on Kwajalein. The Art Guild welcomes artists of all skill levels and offers support and opportunities for local residents to broaden their creative pursuits and advance the visual arts and crafts throughout our island community. Our first scholarship, in the amount of $500, is awarded to a recipient who impressed us with her artistic resourcefulness and spirit of volunteerism in support of the art community. Congratulations, Megan Sock. Our second scholarship, in the amount of $500, is awarded to a recipient who exhibited interest and talent in a wide variety of art forms, proving that he could express himself through art wherever he is. Congratulations, Austin Maxwell. Our final scholarship, in the amount of $2,000, is awarded to a recipient who demonstrated a passion for art as not only a hobby, but as a part of her daily life. Her talent was evident in many mediums, and we were impressed by her excitement to foster the artistic interests and talents of others in her community. Congratulations, Sasako Brady.
Good evening. My name is James Sandage, and I am here to present 2 scholarships from the Kwajalein School Club. These 2 individuals are both very good divers. I've had the pleasure of teaching one throughout the last couple months, and I see both of them at the club meetings all the time. They're excellent advocates for the environment, and I think they both really well deserve these scholarships. First one is Abigail Bishop. second is Megan Sock. I hope you guys keep diving on your future adventures.
Good evening, I'm Dr. Brian Reed. I'm here on behalf of MIT Lincoln Laboratory, our director, Dr. Eric Evans, and our current site manager here in Kwajalein, Dr. Justin Stamwall. And I'm here to present a scholarship that is mainly geared towards advancing careers in STEM. And I'm told, although I was not a part of the team this year, that we had an extremely strong pool of candidates, so I congratulate you all on that. There was indeed much deliberation, but the recipient that we're going to present to had the best combination from a holistic viewpoint of scholastic achievement, leadership experience, volunteering, community involvement, extracurricular activities, kind of the whole package. And most importantly, passion for STEM, in this case, an intention to go into a humanitarian type of career. So please join me in congratulating 2018's MIT Lincoln Laboratory Scholarship recipient, Ms. Abigail Bishop.
Yahweh and good evening, everyone. We are here to present the award to the top 2 students from MIDB. It goes to
Sally Bernie. And the second one is Adrian Alejandro.
from Moldova.
I'm Jerry Davis. I'm the vice president of a Kinder Place Foundation, which is a nonprofit that was set up in the memory of Lindsay Davis, who is a 2005 graduate of Kwajalein High School and a student who really loved this school. The Lindsay Davis Memorials or Scholarship was created to principally foster kindness. Applicants for the Kindness Scholarship were asked to write an essay that discussed how one person can make a difference in the world by showing kindness and to provide a plan to be intentional about showing kindness this upcoming year. The selection process was very challenging this year, with many touching examples of how kindness makes a difference in the world. The Foundation's Board of Directors, with no input for Mrs. Davis or myself, carefully reviewed the submissions. The recipients of this year's award goes to someone who has plans to take part in University of Pittsburgh Make a Difference Day and serving Engineers Without Borders. At the University of Pittsburgh, it is my honor to present the Kindness Scholarship to Muppet. Congratulations, guys.
Good evening. My name is Ashley. I'm a member of the Yuk Women's Club, and I'm honored to have the opportunity to present this year's YYWC Senior Scholarships. One of the primary missions of the Yuk Women's Club is to support education in the Marshall Islands. The YYWC is an all-volunteer organization, and our senior scholarships are awarded based on volunteer service. Kwajalein is a very involved, service-oriented community, and no one exemplifies this better than Kwajalein's teens. Teens have prominent roles in the success of most community activities, from Labor Day to Memorial Day, with Halloween, Christmas, Easter, and numerous events between. Kwajalein High School students set up, entertain, organize, lead, manage young children, and even stay to help clean up. In addition, they tutor, coach, assist teachers, raise money for worthy causes, and support others in need. They give freely of their precious time and energy. Selecting students to receive YYWC scholarships is truly an inspiring process. Some of the recipients have significantly helped YYWC in our fundraising efforts, such as the Kaleidoscope of Music and the Basket Auction. Many have been involved in service projects through Keystone Club, National Honor Society, and Jim Jarrah. Many helped address serious but preventable community health concerns by providing vital information and supplies. Some coach youth sports, and yet another is an inspiring Eagle Scout. One distinguishing characteristic of many of this year's scholarship recipients is their recognition of the positive impact that volunteerism has had on their own attitudes and personal growth, such that they will carry the spirit of service on into their adult lives. I wish to leave every senior with these words from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to remind you of the power of service to others. Everybody can be great because everybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and your verb agree to serve. You don't have to know about Plato and Aristotle to serve. You don't have to know Einstein's theory of relativity to serve. You don't have to know the second theory of thermodynamics and physics to serve. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. I'm pleased that through the YYWC's fundraising efforts and with a generous donation from Chugach, we are able to award scholarships ranging in the amount from $500 to $2,000 and totaling $8,500. Will the following students please come forward to accept their scholarships? Aiden Alejandro. Abigail Bishop. Leela Burnley. Allison Homuth. Michaela Nenow. Megan Sock. And Riley Tagan. Thank you.
I have good news, I'm last. Yahweh and good evening. My name is Brian Kuhn. I'm here on behalf of the parent companies of KRS, Bechtel and Leidos, and they've been generous enough to allow us to give away 6 scholarships tonight. These scholarships were given out based on merit. We had an opportunity to review candidates' essays, their aspirations, their grade point average, their SAT scores, their ACT scores, recommendations from teachers and others, volunteer experience, sports experience, and I have to tell you, I was overwhelmed. It's really a pleasure and privilege for me to go to share the stage with such great candidates, and it was really hard for us to make a decision, so thanks for making it really hard. I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize the parents and families, as well as the educators who contributed to those such great application packets. KRS has given out $142,000 in scholarships since 2003. And in addition to the amount we're going to give out tonight, we have some money set aside for folks on schools in EBI as well as in the States. We did have a little bit of a bias for STEM as well in our reviews. We view these not as scholarships but as investments. So we hope in 4 or so years you'll come work for us someday. Hopefully we'll be here, but if not, we're all over the world. So I'd like to start out with a $1,000 scholarship for Sasko Brady. And $1,000 for Donovan Miller. $2,500 for Hendrix Bailey. And $2,500 for Brian Harrington. $3,000 for Riley Tegan. And $3,000 for Abigail Bishop. Congratulations to all the graduates, Jerama Nilaran in Kabalonjok N.
Long ago, in the year 2005, 6 seniors on this stage were beginning an incredibly long journey to this day. The class of 2018 started with Abigail, Sasko, Dash, Janlin, Augustin, and me. Kindergarten was a magical year filled with laughter and cheer. With the help of our kindergarten teachers, Mrs. Dampier and Mrs. Davis, we learned that friendship and kindness were going to be the most important things in our lives. Most of us learned how to sing and write our ABCs, but some of us are still learning. Don't worry, Gus, you'll get it soon.
The next year was first grade with Mrs. Dover and Mrs. Hamill. Not only that, but we welcomed 2 new friends, Leela and Romlin. Both were super shy and quiet, but Leela brought something with her that amazed our 6-year-old minds, her ability to speak fluent French. This year, we learned how to count to 100. Our favorite part of the day was coming together as a whole class to sing songs like Miss Polly and Goodnight Moon.
In 2nd grade, we were split up into 3 different classrooms with 3 different teachers, Mrs. Cossey, Miss Shue, and Mrs. Brady. This was the year I came to Quads with my smoking hot mohawk. This was also the year we mastered adding and subtracting numbers as fast as we could for a reward of a banana split at the end of the week. Dash and I were both in Miss Shue's class, and I remember he was a wizard at adding numbers. I never knew how he could do it so fast, but I learned a secret. The teacher would have her back to the clock with Dash facing it, so whenever she asked him to add up single-digit numbers, he would quickly look at the clock to cheat at adding. So Dash, what's 3 plus 2?
Third grade was when some of us experimented with our hair. Abigail decided to chop all of it off up to here. Our teachers were Mrs. McGlynn and Miss Ulrich. Our class with our mama brought our artistic side. Sasko especially loved all the paints and colors to make her creation. This year we started reading difficult books like Hatchet and learning how to write in cursive.
Oh, 4th grade. We were finally old enough to play on the big kid field without the little kid playground toys. We all miss it though. Our teachers that year were Miss Kane and Mr. Waxler. In Miss Kane's class, we learned subject-verb agreement and long division. Her guidance has really helped with the SAT and ACT. Mr. Waxler, boy, he was something else. He was the first male teacher we ever had and different from all the rest. Did we learn anything? Sure, we memorized our 50 states. Janelyn still knows that the capital of Washington is Olympia, not Walla Walla. We also watched a lot of Bill Nye the Science Guy videos because Romelyn had a crush on Bill Nye. But all Abigail and I learned was how to make homemade water guns.
5th grade was the first year we were all in one class. This is where the fun really began. In the classroom, we traveled back to the colonial times at Christmas by churning butter. We took heavy cream and put it in a jar and shook the jar as hard and fast as possible. Some of our jars were stable and didn't have the tops fly off, but others weren't so lucky. This was the year we started doing time multiplication problems and learning fractions by eating slices of pie. We also finally got to choose an instrument for band. Romelyn chose the clarinet, which he still plays in concert band.
6th grade, top dogs, the coolest of cool kids. Back then, having colorful clip-on hair highlights were the thing. Well, that's what some of us girls thought. We spent 2 months at the beginning of school wearing them in our hair. Since we were in Mrs. Yurchuk's class, we were given the chance to act as the king and queen during the medieval lesson. We were able to order our classmates around, and if they disobeyed us, they had to do the squirrel dance in front of everyone. I think almost every day of that project, Gus had to do the dance. We also had the yummy character dinner in the coconut room. This year we said goodbye to Leela, but little did we know we would see her again.
Seventh grade. We entered a new school with bigger kids and we were back at the bottom of the food chain. Our new hangout spot was the teen center. It was a huge deal if you went there. This was the year Aiden joined our class. He brought us his love of soccer and his love for his dog, Reese. This year we were introduced to Turkey Bowl. When we were working on our poster, one of our class advisors told us we were the class of 2019. She even got out a calculator and did the math for us. Anyway, the day before Turkey Bowl, she realized we were not the class of 2019. So on our poster, we simply just crossed out the 9 and wrote in an 8 in pencil. Turkey Bowl was the most awkward thing for us, because in our cheer, we added music and decided to end it with the song, "We Are the Champions." Man, what were we thinking?
In 8th grade year, we were able to have competitions on Saturdays in science class. It was a great class to let loose and let our brains go wild with our crazy imaginations. We welcomed Megan with her golden locks and bubbly personality. Her kindness influenced us all. We tried to redeem ourselves from our Turkey Bowl poster mess up from 7th grade year. We also hosted a masquerade-themed romp that was a great hit. During this year, some of us found love. Dash and Janelyn finally held hands.
Freshman year, the year our grades started to count for graduation and college acceptance. We were all convinced we were the best class, so we were determined to not mess up on our Turkey Bowl poster like the past 2 years. Little did we know, it read the freshman class instead of the freshman class. It's okay though, we still had next year to get it right.
In 10th grade, we welcomed 2 new students at the beginning of the year, Riley and Truman. Riley came with a friendly personality and a smile that made anyone's day, hence his nickname, Smiley Riley. Truman came to us with his magical Justin Bieber hair. A few months after school started, Austin came skateboarding into our class with his wild personality. He taught us all some Korean words and told us countless stories about when he was back in Korea. RJ entered our class in 2nd semester and brought with him his electric anime hair. Just like our other Turkey Bowl posters, we messed up our poster again. We spelled sophomore wrong. In our defense, sophomore is a really hard word to spell.
During junior year, our class welcomed several new students. We said hello to our old friend Leela and opened our arms to Brian, Hendrix, and Michaela. Leela was still shy, and instead of being bilingual, she surprised us with being great at Spanish too. Michaela showed us her love of photography and pure heart of volunteerism. Hendrix added a little spunk to our class with his love of SoundCloud rap and his jewelry collection. Lastly, Brian started off timid, but quickly got used to our loud class and ended up adding to the noise. Together, we conquered the Turkey Bowl cheer competition, and we should have won poster. After the first semester, we said goodbye to Hendrix in May. In May, we hosted the junior-senior banquet at the bowling alley. Our class thought it would be hilarious to prank the seniors by telling them it was wacky dress attire, but some of them didn't think it was all that funny. Overall, we overcame the infamous junior year that was full of standardized tests and the overwhelming thoughts of college applications. We also welcomed Donovan in our junior year. We rarely saw him outside of school because not only was he shy, but because he was also at the gym.
Finally, senior year arrived, and with senior year came the royal treatment. We had our lockers decorated for us each month, the honor of painting our names on the street, dedicated bike racks that weren't crowded, and special events at the Colonel's house. We welcomed back Hendrix, who brought with him his new gold chains and Gucci slides. We were now diving headfirst into 12th grade year. All 19 of us were focused on our futures after graduation and became frightened for what was ahead in the world outside our small, protected island. Nonetheless, we were certain to make senior year unforgettable. We started the year off with breakfast at the Kohler's house and dinner at the Colonel's house. We gave Turkey Bowl our all. We had our last Christmas tree delivery with the juniors. We attended our last fall ball. We dressed up for our last winter ball. We danced at our last prom. But now, here we are. Our high school years are at an end. It's over now, but we made it. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2018.
Cannot change. In the hills, deep off in the main. M&M's, sweet like candy cane. Drop the top, pop it, let it bang. For this life I cannot change. In the hills, deep off in the main. M&M's, sweet like candy cane. Drop the top, pop it, let it bang. Drop the top, play hide and seek. Jump inside, jump straight to the lake. Take a sip, feel just how I be. On freeway, but no, ain't nothing free. Been lost, been lanes, been busting bills, but still ain't nothing changed. You in the mob, soon as you rock the chain. She caught the waves, just thumbing through my braids. Eat them, baby, I just eat them. Need your love, not a need it is a must. You know how to keep me up. Icy like I keep up. For this life I cannot change. In the hills, deep off in the main. M&M's, sweet like candy cane. Drop the top, pop it, let it bang. For this life I cannot change. In the hills, deep off in the main. M&M's, sweet like candy cane. Drop the top, pop it, let it burn. All the ones on the chance, bowed on the metal. All the dogs, little creep right behind me in the phantom. Yeah. Never go, dip on the set, stay Santana. Yeah, running back, turn the lights on when I hit up Green Lantern. Yeah, fly the bras for the dogs down to Atlanta. Yeah, in the cut, in Medusa, lay low, yeah, I might be. Yeah, roll up, help me calm down when I'm moving high speed. Yeah, if I send one, need to text back, cause you know what I need. Oh, please. Oh me, oh my, we've been moving for some time. Alright, Flexing, trying to exercise. For this life I cannot change. It is hip hop in the main. Eminem, sweet like candy cane. Drop the top, pop it, let it bang. For this life I cannot change. It is hip hop in the main. Eminem, sweet like candy cane. Drop the top, pop it, let it bang. Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, you're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. Hey, the only way you can know, you give it all you had. And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. Hope when the moment comes, you'll say, I live. Hope that you spend your days, but they all add up. And when that sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. Oh, I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say I did it all. Yes, you've been with me right through the rough, and you never said I had enough. So I can, no, I can, no, I can. Hey, honey, I have to repay you for damages done. I know I won't be able to repair it all, 'cause I lost count. And with all the time you've been hurting, you're still so fine, and it's blowing my mind. I know I should back and walk away and leave you nothing to remind, but I can't. Oh, I can't. No, I can't. No, honey, no. Just wish I was man enough to come out and say it to you. You know, I can repay you for damages done. I know I won't be able to repair it all, 'cause I lost count. And with all the time I see you hurting, you're still so fine. And it's blowing right. I should pack my things and walk away and leave you nothing to remind, but I can't. Oh, I can't. No, I can't. Every time I think of saying goodbye, everything inside me says goodbye. So I can't, no, I can't, no, I can't, baby, 'cause you've been with me right through the rough, and you never said I had enough. So I can't, no, I can't, no, I everything I do. Baby, 'cause you've been with me right through the rough, and you never said I had enough. So I can't, no, I can't, no, I can't. I try, but I can't. watch when my legs stop moving. You're my head start, you're my rugged heart, you're the pulse that I'm always needing. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, my heart never stops beating. For you, baby, I'm not moving on. I'll love you long after you're gone. You will never sleep alone. I'll love you long after you go. Baby, I'm not moving on. I'll love you long after you're gone. You will never sleep alone. I'll love you long after you go. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, my heart never stops beating for you. And long after you're gone, 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 I'll love you long after you're gone, gone, gone. Everybody loves the things you do. The way you talk, to the way you move. Everybody here is watching you, 'cause you feel like home. You're like a dream come true. But if by chance you're here alone, can I have a moment before I go? 'Cause I've been by myself all night long, hoping you're someone I used to know. 'Cause you look like a movie, you sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of where we were young. Let me photograph you in this light, in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad of getting old and made us restless. It's just like a movie, still sound like a song. But was so scared to face my fear. Nobody told me that you'd be here. I swear you moved overseas. You said when you left me, 'cause you look like a movie, still sound like a song. My God, this reminds me when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light, in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad of getting old and made us restless. It's just like a movie, still sound like a song. My God, this reminds me when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light, in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad of getting old and made us restless. Oh, I'm so mad of getting old and made me reckless. It's just like a movie, still sound like a song when we were young.
On behalf of the graduating class of 2018, we would like to take this time to sincerely thank and recognize those who have been a part of our Quad life. We have gotten a lot of guidance, and the community has played an essential role in our growth. Our time here has been a blast, and we want to share how thankful we are.
We would like to thank the Teen Center staff for their assistance throughout our years, for always being there for us when we need them. We would also like to thank the scholarship committees for giving our class the opportunity to help expand our horizons in education. Colonel and Mrs. Dior, Sergeant Major and Mrs. Shirley sponsored wonderful senior events. Pastor Munson and Father Vic organized a beautiful baccalaureate event. We are grateful for your help.
On behalf of all the Ricotic students, we would like to thank Mr. Coleman, Ms. Messina, and Mr. Fullerton, who helped us improve our grades with our Tuesday goal-setting meetings. We'd also like to thank the teachers, staff, and administration for breaking boundaries, pushing us to greater extents, always having faith in us, and never giving up on us, even though we all know they were super annoyed.
We especially want to give a huge shout out to Mrs. Jones, our senior parent, who has done countless events for us and taken a lot of the burden off of our shoulders to make sure our senior year was worth every single second. Will Mrs. Jones please join us on stage? Last but not least, we'd like to give a huge thanks to our advisors, Miss B and Mr. Bowers, who really had a high pain tolerance for our amazing procrastination abilities. We appreciate you both for always making us meet every deadline and event, reminding us about scholarships, and giving us many second chances. Mr. Bowers and Miss Blees. Miss B, will you please join us on stage as well?
Lastly, we give our greatest acknowledgments to our parents. Thank you for your patience, your endless support, your unconditional love, and your guidance throughout our whole entire lives. If it wasn't for you all, we wouldn't be here today. So thank you. We love you.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. It's the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountains should crumble. Always stay humble and kind. Go to church cause your mama says to. Visit grandpa every chance that you can. It won't be wasted time. Always stay humble and kind.
Good evening. My name is Susan Davis, and I'm the lead administrator for the Kwajalein school system and the elementary principal. I am delighted to be a part of this graduation ceremony in which several students were actually in my kindergarten class many years ago. This is a special group of students, and I would like to now recognize the 2 students with the highest grade point averages in the class of 2018. These 2 students were only 1/100th of a point apart in their GPAs, and both very deserving of recognition. This year, your 2018 KSS valedictorian is Leela Burnley, and your salutatorian is Aiden Alejandro.
As the principal of Kwajalein High School, I hereby certify that these 19 students have successfully completed and met the Kwajalein High School graduation requirements set forth by the United States Army Garrison, Kwajalein Atoll Command, and the School Advisory Committee. These 19 students are eligible to receive a diploma from Kwajalein High School. Ramel Dash Alfred. Truman Pierce Kohler. Augustin Noko Lalette. Austin Joseph Maxwell. Donovan Reed Miller. Cameron Charles Jones. Brian J. Arlington II. Arrington II. Riley Ethan Tagan. Hendricks Warwick Bailey. Aiden Ikaika Alejandro. Ramsey James Gomez. Sasako Brady. Janelyn Leomoj Ramers. Abigail Jeannie Bishop. Christina Michaela Ninau. Megan Lee Sock. Allison Estrellado Homuth. Celie Burnley. And Romalyn Micah. It is with great pleasure that I present to you the Kwajalein High School graduating class of 2018.
Graduates, please stand. It is now time for the final tradition of our ceremony, the turning of the tassels. This moment marks the end of our high school years. Graduates, after we exit, please allow us a short break. In just a few minutes, we will return to the MP room. Thank you.